This is your host, Rambunctious.
And your co-host, Tayamu Denku. Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick the passion. Pick apart the passion.
Welcome to Pick Apart the Passion podcast. It's your man Rambunctious. I got my man Tayamu Denku. Say peace.
Peace.
We got man. I was waiting for this episode. We got probably my favorite Madison comedian. When I look at the bits, I don't care how long all of y'all other motherfuckers been around. It's my favorite. We just think like that. I don't care. They can be mad at me. Love Antoine. He was on the podcast. I'm not mad, but I'm being honest. I gotta be honest. All right. Yo. Also, one of my favorite Madison rappers. We are in Madison, Wisconsin. I've known this dude for years. And every time I hear him, it's like, yo, this nigga's spitting. We've been on ciphers together. This is actually a pretty good intro. I said I suck at intros. I've said this before on the podcast. This is pretty good. Because we've been on ciphers together, and he came in like, you hating on my new shit, you's a loser for that. You remember that line? I love that line. I was like, oh, this nigga. Anyway, we got Sincere Life today. My man, how you doing, bro? With Craig Smith,
what up, man?
Comedian,
what up?
Rapper, Sincere Life. But what's good, bro?
I'm good, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate that intro. Appreciate y'all for having me on Pick Apart the Passion. I remember when you start talking about doing this, and I said,
we had a conversation at the parking lot at the studio.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm glad to be here, man.
Damn, that was a while ago. God damn.
Yeah.
He's also
feel good right now, bro.
He's also one of my favorite Madison rappers too. I would say that. I would definitely.
Yeah, we also been in cyphers together. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that I'm mad. Still mad that they lost the video footage of that one cipher. That was whack.
Man. Shout out to UCAN though. We love y'all. But check it. How long were you an MC before deciding to go to comedy? Let's start with that.
Oh wow. Well, I started.
We're gonna get into the MC shit first, brother.
Cool. I started rapping in 8th grade. So
nigga.
8th grade is when I first started rapping, and I love telling this story. Y'all remember the song 112 featuring Mace, Only You?
Of course.
It was all right. So the rap that Mace wrote, that he rapped, I took that flow, made it like about me in my own like whatever, and I end up selling that rap to a guy for some Jordan basketball cards.
What?
Did he ever find? Yeah. Did he ever find out that it was kind of like a mimic of the?
Well, the thing, we was in 8th grade. We was kids. They was just amazed that I was able to take the words and make it relevant to some 12-year-olds or whatever, right? And then he wanted it because he fashioned himself a rapper, and I was collecting basketball cards at the time.
I love the way you say that. He fashioned himself a rapper. Great choice of words. Because plenty of people still fashioning themselves as rappers. But anyway, go ahead.
I was just going, and I wanted the basketball card, and it was I said Jordan cards. It was one Jordan card and maybe like 2 more other ones. But
what year?
I gave him that piece of paper. He gave me those, and he started rapping that rap. And I was like, all right, this is when I was like, I could do it. Introduced by my cousin, my older cousin rapped, so that gave me the spark. But then that was the first one I actually wrote and got some good not praise, but people was like, that's good.
He traded you a Jordan basketball card. That's praise.
Hold on. Wait a second.
What year is this? What card is this?
Hold on. Yes, I want to know the card too, but wait. You're saying somebody bought the rap that you wrote?
This is wild.
So they could rap it?
Well, technically, with my MC integrity, I have to say this. The rap that I stole from Mace.
Wait, but that means
I didn't necessarily write it.
That means you were a ghost for real, a ghostwriter in 8th grade? That's crazy.
I wrote one rap for one basic Michael Jordan card. It wasn't even a special edition. Bro. It was just a regular Michael Jordan basic number card. And
give yourself your flowers. You was ghostwriting in 8th grade. What is going on right now, son?
But then a while went past, and I rapped again. Oh,
how much the car worth in the Beckett's, huh?
I'm saying, what's going on with that? You still got the car?
It wasn't one of those extra cards. It may be worth $20 to $50 now because it's a basic card and so much time went by. But You remember when you would just get a regular card, regular number 323 or whatever. It was just one of those. It just happened to be Michael Jordan. It wasn't like a Hardwood Classics or
right.
Flair 95, 90.
Nothing
like it
rare,
was
right? Yo, I used to be in the cards so hard. Were you in the cards like that?
It wasn't one of those.
Were you in the cards like that? I used to be in the cards heavy, man.
Bro,
I'm mad it came back around because I'm like,
bunch,
oh, if you knew how many cards I used to have. I don't.
Bro, I am 3 feet away from my fucking 8th grade notebook with Trapper Keeper with the cards in there. I still got them.
I got it. I got it. I got one too.
They probably not worth nothing, but I still got them, and I know they from 8th grade because that's when I started. I didn't collect them when I got to high school. I stopped.
You started collecting Jordans or what? No, I'm playing.
Bro, I couldn't afford no Jordans till I got a job.
I'm playing. I know that's what you on now. Sometime though, you're on the shoe game too, though. I know that. We don't have conversations about that. I'm not in the shoe game, but I think it's interesting. Anyway, so after ghostwriting in 8th grade,
that's crazy, dog.
That's wild. Crazy. It is. It is. Where do you go after that? What's the next rap you write?
I was doing things that I shouldn't have been doing on 62nd and Vernon. Shout out to 62nd and Vernon.
And that's Chicago?
And I was sitting in the hallway with a friend of mine at the time, and we was just bullshitting. And I always looked like this, minus the facial hair at the time. So I was not. I shouldn't have been outside on 62nd and Vernon with these guys.
Chicago, right? That's Chicago, right?
Right. So while I'm out there and I'm telling, hey, I can rap. Whatever. I fucked around and I was just high something and I freestyled. And that was the second moment, the big moment in my life. And the motherfucker was like, damn, that was fucking good. And it wasn't nothing fancy. But I was in high school at this time. So now we talking at least
freshman, sophomore,
15, 16. Yep. Freshman, sophomore. Yep. So, yeah. And I did that. And that's when I was like, all right, so maybe it's something here.
Oh, sorry.
Then I was like, maybe it's something here. And then by that time, I stopped kind of hanging outside as much and just kind of linked with the friends that I was considering real friends. He had a music thing I did. I was like, hey, I can rap. And that's when I like around 16, 17. That's when I started taking it serious, putting beats to songs, going to his house, recording, doing like, that's about the time when it was like, all right, let me take this shit serious and try to do something.
So, yeah, super, man. So you're from Chicago originally, is that correct?
Yeah.
I knew that. It's for the podcast. When do you move to Madison, and do you have any tracks before you move to Madison, or is Madison the first place you do tracks? You know what I'm saying? Because it's different between freestyling on the corner and making a track. When you make that first track, it's like a whole nother thing when you hear yourself, you know?
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, when we would, if you counting tracks and we not talking about if they mix the best, just my voice
that
on
don't matter.
Beat,
just the track.
Then yeah, definitely Chicago high school. I had a bunch of tracks. Okay. We had at least 25 songs like from the time we was rocking, from just recording in his house. Oh shit, I forgot to mention one part in high school when I was rapping before, just to take it back because this is to do a recording. My first recording thing was on a cassette tape that I recorded. I had 2 radios, and y'all remember when radios, they had a mic on the radio. I had 2 radios.
Yes, sir.
I played one radio because me and my friends used to do this from high school. One radio with the beat, play it right into the mic on the other radio, and I would rap into that mic and record it both on one cassette.
Yes, sir.
I'm so glad. I hate that I threw that cassette away, but I'm glad that nobody would ever hear it.
Yes. Like you might want your kids to hear it, but nobody else.
And I feel like a lot of rappers started that way, man. Because,
100%.
Because I had that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we talked about that kind of shit on not exactly the way you did it, but I talked about we used to have a tape, and we would just rap over Run DMC and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the karaoke machine.
Put the fucking tissue at the top so you can dub over him.
We used to use Scotch tape. We would Scotch tape the top of the tape.
See, I was fucking
I'm older, nigga. I'm older, my nigga.
Yeah. I was like, man, tape. That was the internet to me back then.
Yo, you
tape
can
over the top of your tape over the top of your tape over the top of your cassettes and touch lamps. That was the internet to me. That was mind blowing technology. I couldn't.
No, because it tape whatever you wanted over and over. You know
exactly.
Hold on.
Catch the radio, play and record, and then hit pause right at the right time. You know what I'm saying?
But we gotta go. He said touch lamps, dog.
Yo, I know. I was trying to skip past that. I was trying to go right past.
bro, be all day at the touch lamp. Like, how's this shit working?
I don't even understand. Yeah.
But nah, so
Okay,
to bring it back to recording, my guy in Chicago, he started recording at his crib, and like by this time we on the computer and stuff, still terrible quality, but a little bit better. And so we did about 25 tracks out there all together before I ended up moving to Madison around when I was 20, actually. And yeah, I remember this because I turned 21 up here because I went to Nitty Gritty and got a glass. So yeah, it was definitely when I was 20.
That was some different shit, huh? Coming from a different city,
man,
a bar giving you free beer just because you had a birthday. That was wild, wasn't it? To me, that was like, wait a minute, free?
Everything was crazy. Like it was, yeah, it was definitely a culture shock to say the least.
In general, going from Chicago to Madison was a culture shock for you?
Yeah, definitely, man.
In general,
you talking about the South Side of Chicago? Yeah, you talking about the South Side of Chicago. I'm talking about I graduated from Inglewood High School, so I'm right in the middle of 63rd, 62nd, like all of that stuff. Like, not really. I ain't gonna lie. Not really going to 64th and 65th. That wasn't my bag. But yeah, nah. So you talking about going from that to coming up to College Town, White, Madison, Wisconsin, and my uncles had lived up here. That's what made me come up here because it was like get a job in Chicago and struggle, or get a job in Madison and struggle. And I was like, it's easier to get a job out here. So I just moved out here, and that's when I started doing. And then maybe about a year or two in, started recording and pursuing music out here, putting music out. I think the first person I linked up with was MC Star. Shout out to MC Star.
Man, that's funny. I was going to ask you, that was the next question. Who were the first people you hook up with? I know you know B Love for a long time. You know King Kronos. Shout out to Tamir. You know what I'm saying? So, besides MC Star, who are you linking up with around here? Because I was around in that era. I remember that when I first moved here. I think he was here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I first was when I first was starting to do comedy, Pain One and MC Star was doing their thing. So, and that was the biggest thing that I knew. And I ran into them a few times.
Wait, you mean music? You mean music?
Yeah, music. Yeah, because they had their little thing together.
You said comedy. I just want to make sure everybody knows.
Oh yeah, music. Pain One and MC
Star
and
El Guante and all that, right?
Yeah. And I went to, I think, the Inferno a few times. It was a few shows like they went to, and I went there and I met Star and everything, and he was cool. And I let him know about music. I did music, and I think it was him I gave a CD to, and it was Shad that I gave a CD to later on. But I believe MC Star was the first, and it wasn't no label. I'm talking about burned the CD, wrote my name on it, gave it to him in the fucking case, a see-through case. And he was like, yeah, this is not how you do things. And I was like, I don't fucking know, you know? But, you know, thank God they fucking listened. And he was like, it's actually good shit on here. And they kind of started, MC Star really just put me on to shit as far as he had me do a couple songs with him and shit like that. And I think he probably put me on some shows if I'm remembering correctly. I don't want to take none of his credit away. But definitely Shy as far as the marketing and putting the project together. This is how you present yourself type shit, getting me all the way to later on down the line, booking me shows. That was definitely heavy Shy, heavy Mark Evans. Yeah.
Let's take.
He's talking about Shy Evans, man. Get your buzz up. Shout out to you. You put me on mad shows too. Shout out, Shy.
So I'm curious, if you never make that move to Madison, what do you think that you would have done music more heavy in Chicago? Do you feel like that's the direction you were going? Or do you think that coming here, you did that and it gave you more opportunities to venture out? Or did you always want to do comedy in the back of your head? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, we'll get to that part later. That part of the question we got to get to later. If you don't mind.
I answer the first part then, as far as if I feel like I would have still been doing music in Chicago. It just, honestly, to me, I feel like it just would have been a difference. Like, it would have been a different come up or a different recognition. Maybe it would have been harder for me to come up in Chicago with it being so crowded with rappers. Maybe they wouldn't have liked my style of rap because, you know, whatever the case of what they into, as opposed to coming out here with these college kids and people who actually really into that form of hip hop, that lyrical hip hop, that wordplay stuff. And when I come through and I do that, you can kind of, you know, amass a group of people. I don't want to say like I got a big audience or a big fan base or nothing, but a decent enough amount of people to where you can get remembered every now and then for the music that you put out. And that might have been harder to do in Chicago, but I definitely feel like I still would have been doing it because my guy was on it. He was actually a little bit. Shout out to Fox One. I don't want to keep saying my guy and like he not still here.
Peace.
Shout out to Fox One, man. You know what I'm saying? My guy Lee. He was the one that was like essentially managing me at first. We didn't know that's what he was doing at the time, but that's basically what it was. Managing me, A&R me, do this song, this beat, you know, this type of stuff, and kind of molding. We was molding this rap shit and this Illinois shit together. And we was doing that in high school already, like, or fresh out of high school at the latest. So I feel like we still would have been doing it in Chicago. We probably just would have took a tougher route to get through, you know, but we would have, I feel like we still would have made it. Probably would have got bigger or more because
might have been bigger, might have been easier, you don't know.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have, it wouldn't have been,
you never know.
I wouldn't have quit. It wouldn't have been like I only started doing it because I came to Madison, you know. We was already on that.
But you definitely
was Illinois a thing back then?
Met the right people here. You met the right people.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So was Illinois a thing then? Because you have Illinois now as kind of your imprint, right?
Yeah, that's where it came from, man. That's why I wouldn't have had the audacity to. I wouldn't have had the audacity to call it Illinois if I was in Wisconsin or started in Wisconsin. Right. Like, nah, Illinois was definitely me and my guy Fox thing in Chicago, like when we was in high school, like junior, senior year.
Okay. Yeah. So when people see that it's original, motherfuckers. No, I'm playing. But anyway.
Yeah.
So you done a lot of shit in this city.
Yeah, and I'ma do some shit for y'all, cause it's been a minute since I did some shit for y'all, you know? I listen to my old shit feeling like I wasted rhymes. I got what it takes to make it unless it's taking time. Shout out to my cousin Kendall, don't lose your state of mind. Been locked for a while and still got like another 8 or 9. I pray for mine's long life and more guidance, cause I ain't really shit if I really start being honest. I do feel like the greatest, I'm really not being modest. Spent 200 on these shoes, but I need the whole $20. Broke as the promises made by fathers who never came. At the job in my J's, all they see is a fresher slave. All the music I made, well I see what my effort weighs. I'm aware the chances of that get slimmer with every day, but I'm grateful that I get to be breathing where life is cheaper than a nickel bag of reefer for $4 you keepin' for a double pack of blunts from the stove. Your roller skimping at you gotta match you something to smoke. Now that's a nigga with hope if I ever seen one. Just some dope lyrics to quote if you ever need some. Everybody think they a killer until they see one. No gang shit but out and out L's until they free them. Too many rappers out with no skills, I'll never be one, I can promise you that. To get a verse you gotta pay me more than homage for that. I tried to do it for the love but they weren't honoring that. And now I'm feeling like LeBron with no stats. It make me wanna go back to how I was rapping on that humble beginning. I was feeling like after this shit I'ma blow any minute. Did a showcase for a few judges who were known in the business, for them to say I'm dope but I would never blow with no gimmick. But I'm too cold for this shit, I honestly need to let up. They ask for the real, it's only right that I step up. They say they fucking with me, guess I got my respect up, but can't be too optimistic, that kindness could be a setup. Mean as a woman fed up, you probably won't find a better pin. Wear my team on my heart as if I'm rocking, I'll let them in. I gotta say it cause it'll probably never be said again, and I'm sicker than the shit they call medicine, Illinois. No.
But I want to get past the hip hop. What is your first influence when it comes to comedy? I don't care if you was 6, if you was 16, 26. What is your first thing that says, yo, I love this? Just even watching it. Second question, also what got you into it or wanting to do it, let's say?
Mainly the second question is a little bit easier to answer. The second one, what got me into it and made me fall in love with it as an art form, was the freedom mostly. Like the way that they can go up there and be themselves unapologetically, and you can't really get mad at them for their truth and what they're saying, especially when they disarm you and make it funny and make you laugh at it. Now, it's like, if I tell you, you know, something crazy about me or something wild about me, like I go on stage sometime and be like, yeah, man, I can't fight or whatever, you know, and I got jokes about how I can't fight. And I'm like this nerd guy or whatever, right? That's funny. And you can do that. And it's cool. You a cool motherfucker up there after that when you get off that stage. Now flip that on the other side of rap. you ain't a cool motherfucker. You get on the rap talking about how pussy you are. Like that's not.
Yeah.
It don't work that way. So
Right.
I just like that about comedy. The freedom mostly is what drew me to it. But as far as influences, it's hard to, because I want to say it's definitely between Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy. Because if we go in early, as far as when I was a kid, who I watched that made me go, damn, that shit is look dope to do.
Yeah.
I remember watching Richard Pryor old specials. I remember even watching Eddie Murphy, like Raw and Delirious. I remember the scene in before Eddie Murphy special when he was a kid and he was in the living room doing the dance, entertaining this. Like I remember seeing that as a kid and watching that special, and I gotta believe that kind of sparked that interest because then after that you get the comic view, you get the Def Jam that I'm watching every Saturday, or Friday, whichever weekend night that came on. I'm watching Comic View every night on BET, like just getting ingrained with these comics and they jokes and the styles, and I always wanted to do it. But even as a rapper, and as easy as it was for me to get on stage and do music and rap, man, that comedy stage terrified me. So as much as I wanted to do it while I was rapping over the years, just terrified to do it, and that was just too scared. And fucked around, had a car accident that was pretty bad. Definitely could have been worse.
Bless,
and
man,
I was like,
really
you know what?
Glad you pulled through that. I remember that. Bless,
Man, appreciate that. Appreciate it. But
Yeah.
after that, I was like, I'm doing what I want to do. Now, granted, I did start it a month before, but it was like, man, this is something I always wanted to do. I'm getting older, and because I had the accident in April,
Did
I
it put it in
started on.
perspective for you? Did the accident just put it in perspective? Like I gotta go
That's
hard.
what, because I only been on stage like once before the act. Like I had the accident damn near second week of April. I got on stage for the first time my birthday at the end of March 29th. Wow. So I didn't really I just did pretty good up front. Fucking the manager at the time, shout out to Joe. He was the manager at the comedy club. He kind of believed in me, gave me some like pointers, like confidence really. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna pursue this thing. And then when I had that, I was like, man, music ain't really paying. It's costing more. This comedy seemed fun. It's new.
Yeah.
And I dove into comedy.
Yeah. And how many years ago was that? Was about like 4? But let's minus the COVID year. Let's just take that year out.
If we minus in the COVID year, I'm still a 3-year comic. But 4.
Okay.
I'm technically on my 4th year.
Okay. Because that kind of counts, kind of doesn't, right?
It was about 4-5 years ago,
okay. Well,
Did you feel you talked about the money wasn't being made or whatever. You didn't fall into the idea, because me and Ram have talked about this random concept before, the idea of this ageism thing in hip hop or whatever. Did you feel like that was a thing that that doesn't matter to you, right?
Bruh, I am an MTV 27. Let me tell you right now, I'm young.
I don't even know what that means, but it's hilarious.
Like I could still go on Real World right now, right? You give me a haircut, I'm fresh out of college, damn near. You don't even know my age,
the way you look.
Yeah,
bro,
the way I look.
Somebody just told me I feel old at 35 the other day. I laughed at them, and they said, well, I said 43. Get the fuck out of my face.
Bro, I'm old, man. I'm 37 years old, right?
Yeah.
So I don't look 37 though, especially if I get like a haircut, keep it like if I really try to pull it off, I can easily be late 20s. So the ageism wasn't a worry. It was literally, man, I wasn't making no money from that shit. And now I don't want to say that this real quick. I won't go long on this because I always do. But
go as long as you want.
It's not saying any fault to anybody else. This is definitely halfway me, if not 75% me. As far as promotion, doing all the stuff I need to do, the traveling, the hustling, the working, being online, telling people, hey, listen to my shit, promote like that. I'm not good at that personally. So I know that it's a lot on me why I didn't make as much money, but that is the reason why I kind of was like, man, let me at least pursue this while this is fun. I can build up, get some fame doing this, do some podcasts, leave. Then motherfuckers be like, hey, I heard you do music. Yeah, I'll rap. Blah, blah, blah. I got shit on Spotify. And once I get famous, you go buy all that shit'll blow up. Boom. Then I hit them with the new album.
Yeah. That's smart. Actually.
That's what's up.
So you had mentioned Eddie Murphy, and you had mentioned that you're sure that was probably the spark. So for me, and I'm only saying this to get to a point. I was about 12, and my cousin Clarence, peace man, he had him and Vanita, his wife now still, and I'm 12, I'm 43, so this is a long time ago. Shout out to them. They might be mad I'm telling this story. Whatever. They was babysitting us because the parents went out and shit, right? And he had all his homies over there, and everybody's in the basement. And I'm 12, and my brother's 14, and they like, yo, you can come down here. They snuck us down there. And they're playing Raw, because Raw just came out on video cassette or some shit, right? I don't know how they were watching it, but I think it was video cassette or HBO. So Raw had just come out after Delirious had knocked everybody the fuck over, right? I don't know this, but I'm 12, and I'm sitting in this motherfucker like, I don't even understand these jokes, but everybody's laughing. So I know for sure that was my spark.
Oh, he paused.
Yeah, no, I don't know. But
It comes
yeah.
to Eddie when it comes, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, there had to be a spark later, or there had to be a spark later that hit you like, I can do it, as opposed to it seems like something fun. So what?
Yeah.
I know there had to be a later comedian that you saw like, shit, I can do that shit. And I ain't saying call him out. I'm saying, was there a later influence as well, right? Because I'll be honest, I saw some comedians where I was like, I can do a couple impressions. You know what I'm saying? I could do that George Bush better. I could do that DMX better, right? Like, was there any of that?
I say this. It's definitely been nobody I've seen on TV that made me go, damn, I can do that too.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been anybody on TV that I've seen like that.
Okay.
I was going to open mics because I studied it for a while.
That's where you saw that.
I didn't just go to. I went to the comedy club for like 2 years straight, 3 years straight, 3 years for sure. 2 years straight, literally, of every weekend I'm going to the club. So much so that 1 year I was the judge for the competition just because I was a fan so much. That's how people kind of knew me there. So I'm all the while just studying the craft. How does this work live? I've only seen it on TV. Didn't know I had a club here right in my backyard. Let me start going here, taking advantage. Then putting the bug in, Joe ear. Hey, I think I want to do comedy, blah, blah, blah. Now, open mic night, Wednesday. Cool. I'm coming to see motherfuckers do open mic night. That's when I was like, yeah, I could do this.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, and it wasn't even like the people that was doing bad. It was the people that was getting laughs, because all like I say, I've been thinking about it, wanting to do it for a while. So those 2 years while I'm coming to the club, I'm also right next to my raps in my phone notepad. I got a jokes tab. And
I got the same shit.
All the thoughts, jokes I never fucking did, but I thought was funny. I left my house one time and kids was running to their fucking mom car with them, singing fucking Going to McDonald's song. They was happy to go to McDonald's, right? And I forget the song like exactly, but I was like, man, I'm gonna write this down. I'll talk about this, right? And then later on down the line, like, oh yeah, that was a fucking Eddie Murphy joint with the fucking home hamburger thing, and it's too close, it's too similar,
right?
And so it's just like, even that type of practice of being like, oh, you know what jokes not to do, you know where not to go with certain premises or certain punchlines, because they've not even that they've been done before, but they're too popular to like everybody would notice it, and then you notice it, because you might run into parallel thinking one day, and but if, as long as your punchline is different, y'all can have the same premise. If your punchline different, then you good. If y'all got the same punchline, kind of the same angle, it depends on who you're rocking with. Some people give it, some comics give it to you. Some comics be like, motherfucker, whoever get the TV first.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be a Carlos Mencia, right?
Nah, not a respectable comic. They don't want to be that.
Right. Hey, man, it's the truth. It's proven. Okay, so your first show, you're up at Comedy on State, and you've been there. Have you done open mics at anywhere else, or is your residency just at Comedy on State? So talk about that, please.
I tell you this, definitely, if anybody ever thinking about trying, do not go to Wednesday Comedy on State first. I thought about some jokes, what I would say, and I took my ass to Monday, Argus, open mic, which is downstairs in the basement on Monday. It's all comics there. So if you new, we ain't gonna know you anyway. Come down there, get that shit off, get that, like that first, them jitters, that how for me it was how do I even speak on stage with no beat behind me? Like
Okay,
you
let's get into that after this, but go ahead.
All right, but yeah, it's like
yeah.
how do I even speak on stage? You know what I'm saying? And you get to figure that out without as much pressure when you do that. If you can make it to Tuesday, Black Locust, shout out to Mike John Jack on that open mic.
Oh, I don't know that one. You just put me
on. If you can make it to Tuesday, then you get that one too. Get all the practice you can get in. And then you hit that Wednesday, and that's when you go up. And yeah, the first thing the things I was thinking about was like, what am I gonna say first to get them to get a laugh? Because I'm listening to podcasts, listening to comics. What am I gonna say first to get a laugh? Because that's important. How do I carry it? Make sure these jokes ain't too long. Make sure you getting all of that stuff right. First thing I thought about saying, I forget the exact first thing because I was at the job thinking like I need something quicker, and I just out of nowhere in my head was, I like to go to tanning salons and ask for refunds. And I was like, that's a quick ass
joke. That's
a quick ass intro funny joke. And that was the very first thing I said on stage comedy wise. And it got a pop, it got a laugh. And I was like, I'm in love with this. Yeah. This feels fucking amazing. Like you think you control the crowd when you rapping and you just wave your hands or you just control with your lyric. It ain't nothing like going up there, being you, telling the fresh original idea, and the crowd laughs, gets it, agrees with you. Sometimes it's cool. I've learned to be cool with them being quiet and listening, and being cool with them moaning, like not even laughing, being like, oh, nah. Like that's even cool now. Just
like
give
a
me
reaction
something.
is a reaction, right?
Give me something. That's all I need.
Yeah.
So this, the reason I said let's get back to that is because I've done comedy 3 total times. Okay, first time was a hip hop show, and shout out to Everyday. He put me on the spot and was like, "Yo, Ram, do comedy at the end of the show," and I'm like, "Word, that's how you gonna do me?" And I had a show coming up with David Showman Freeman, you know him. So I did that show and did good on that show, and then the third one, I tried to throw my own. I got overzealous. I tried to throw my own hip hop comedy shit. You might have been there. Fucking horrible. I mean, when I talk about bombing, it was the worst. I was like, I'll never do this again.
Was I at that?
That's
I
a lie.
wasn't at that.
Hopefully not. I don't remember. But yo, I'm dead serious. Hopefully not. It was bad. Like I remember looking at B Love. Shout out to B Love, and he was in the crowd like, oh fuck. He's looking around like Rams Bob, and I'm like, yeah, I was. Point is though, part of that was, like you said, the rhythm. You have to set yourself. Can you get more in depth, please, on, yo, man, like when you step up there and there's a beat, it's easy. You vibing, you go in. When there's no beat, what is it? What do you find something within yourself that sets that rhythm, or how do you do that? Because I found that one of the most daunting things, period. Like, I didn't know what the fuck to do. It was like, oh, shit. Like, the first time you quiet, oh, shit, Rams, you're the fucking beat, nigga. Go. Like, oh,
You know what you got to do?
Yeah.
You got to, like, coming from rap world, that's how our brain is trained. Mm-hmm. If the beat stops, something is fucking wrong. What's going on? I can't do shit without this beat. Mm-hmm. Like, the only thing we know how to do is keep rapping. I'll keep rapping, but you better not play the beat until after this song come or a hook or something, because you'll throw me off. So don't fucking so it's a lot that goes on in that fucking, not even a split second, it seemed like. It seemed like literally no time, right?
Yeah.
In comedy, you get to embrace that a little bit more.
Yes.
So
that split second's an hour.
Right. You do have to train your mind, though, of being okay with that, because from what you're describing is when that wasn't there, you panic like, oh shit, what's going on? But in true reality, what they could have been doing, for better or worse, is just listening. Like whether they didn't like the joke and they just listening for you to continue, or they liking what you're saying and they didn't think that exact part was funny, so they listen.
Right.
The part that you lose at is when they booing you, they talking, they getting up. They like, as long as they quiet, sometimes you get the real. That's the best part. You like, you know.
So what? Maybe I didn't bomb so bad.
Well, if you didn't laugh, you still bomb.
Yeah, right, I know that. My nigga.
But nah, like I say that as somebody who bombed, definitely.
Oh, it's
I know
true,
the
though.
feeling. I know the feeling. So yeah.
I was glad.
Say, you have to though. You have to do that. You have to.
I was happy it happened on the third one. I was like, this could have been 12 down the road. It could have been 2 years from now. I could have been killed it for it.
The longer
Man.
you go without a bomb, the more
That's
it hurts.
horrible. Oh, man, my soul hurt that night. All the hip hop performances, it was a birthday show I threw. Everything was great. Matter of fact, let's get into that. You came and saved me.
What?
I'm gonna put you on blast. Your ass showed up late. That's okay. You was at work. I'm not mad at you. I love you. I'm just fucking with you. But you killed it. Yo, I mean, like, when you went on,
I think I did show
you
up
were
for
at
the
that.
show.
Yo, when you went on, I was like, oh, Jesus, Lord, thank you. At least there was some good comedy tonight because I fucking burned it. I was like, oh, shit.
I don't remember that.
I know, it's okay.
I mean, I remember the event. I don't want to say I don't remember. I remember the show and the part. I don't remember how I did per se. But I appreciate you remembering that I
killed
did.
You killed it because I had asked you before to come up during sets, and I was gonna do a little bit and then let you take over anyway. But man, I fucking sucked, bro.
But you can't. You'll learn that you can't go from rap to comedy, bro.
Oh, I did. That's what I learned.
It's damn near impossible. Because shout out to Sha. Sha tried to get me on a few of them shows. Like, we can get this show, but they want you to rap and do comedy. No,
you can't. It's impossible.
Rapping.
It's a totally different train of thought. You know.
And even if you do, you have to do the comedy first. Yes. Comedy always has to go first. You cannot put comedy last because.
And the funny thing is, technically, I was doing three things. I was hosting the show. Yep, and that's three train of thoughts.
It was too much you, man.
I know.
It was too much you.
I tried too much. That's my overzealous.
At that point, your mom would have been like, "Get off the stage.
Yes,
like do something like somebody else."
No,
like, for real.
You know what's fucked up? Is shout out to my mama, love you. She would have been like, "Baby, do it all. Do it all, baby. Go ahead. Fuck these people."
But nah, man. I just say that to say, like, the crowd, they get like, you know, they get tired of it, or is why. And plus, like, with comedy is just too delicate. You can't do comedy, start a party in the middle, everybody talking and getting a fucking groove into that, and then say, all right, now stop that, quiet down, pay attention. Like, when you need the silence, you need the room at a certain way. So you do comedy first, get that out the way, and then everything else can happen.
Mm-hmm. I learned that lesson. And it's a good one. So we talked to Eddie Murphy, we talked to Richard Pryor. Name some now. Who are you fucking with now? Locally? Actually, I want to say I fuck with your dude Nick Hart that you have on your podcast, with y'all on a podcast together. I watched his special the other day. That shit was fire.
Nice.
The rhythm fucked me up at first. And then I was like, oh, I see what he's doing. I loved it. And I'm a comedy studier more so than I am a comic at this point. Talk about your favorite comics. I don't know if even Nick is one. I might have said that fucked up, but
oh no, you good. He could be your favorite. You don't gotta be mine for him to be yours.
No, but he's one of mine in this city for sure. And yo, he's funny. Go check that out, people. Nick Hart.
Yeah, check that out on YouTube. Just search Nick Hart, Surprisingly Affectionate. That's a special on YouTube.
That's a great title.
And he definitely gonna appreciate you saying that. I'll let him know.
Yo, and I don't do no disingenuous shit. That's real shit, Nick. I watched it. I loved it. Yeah.
I was at the live taping of that special. So yeah, you're right. It was a good special.
Yeah.
I definitely went to support.
So when you look at comedy from the outside like that, who are some of your favorite right now? And also another second question, if you can get to it, I'll ask it again. Did that rhythm fuck you up too as a comic? It was so slow but deliberate. It was great. It was actually genius when I went back and thought about it. But he was it fucked me up a little bit.
I watched so much comedy that you just start to pick up, you just start to take people for them and the style that they have, because you can get a Donnell Rawlings type who go up there, bow, or Leslie Jones type who go up there, high energy, fucking with the crowd, looking at you, do. And then you can get a slow pace person, you know, a Joe List a little bit, you know. He go up there, observation, chilling, relaxing, kind of slow, take it slow. Todd Berry goes up there very, you know, slow like, so you got just different paces that people take. And I just be listening to, are you funny? Am I gonna laugh? Do I enjoy this, whatever you presenting? And I kind of go off of that. So
Nick got me right away.
It wasn't really a weird, and it's not. No, you're not saying nothing bad. Just you don't gotta. Nah, you good. But it's just a different observation. Like, he just that style. That's his style. He relaxes. He chills. I can't be that relaxed because I'm like, man, I got 5 minutes and I'm trying to make 5 jokes.
What's up? What's up? How y'all feeling? That's what's up. First things first, I want to let y'all know, don't let these glasses fool you at all. I'm not as smart as they imply. Just not finding out last year that your thyroid is not in your thigh. Did everybody else already know this? Argue with a doctor over it too, like, well, if it's not in your thigh, why do they call it thyroid? And then she asked me to spell them both, and I was like, touche, this is probably why you got the degrees, you know. I never really wanted to be smart anyway, like being smart is too much pressure. You gotta constantly do stuff to remind people that you're still smart. Take scientists, for instance. Always doing stuff letting us know info we don't need, just to remind us why they still qualified to be scientists. So they'll tell you stuff like, we'll cut the head off an earthworm and the head that grows back is gonna have the same memories as the one that we cut off. Now we was all living productive lives without that info. It didn't add nothing. We didn't need that. Let alone, what is the earthworm's thoughts really? Did it rain yesterday? No? Well, I'm gonna go fuck myself because those are the only 2 things that excite me. Like, man, it's crazy. I'm the only black guy at my job. And I work out in Deerfield, Wisconsin, so that's believable. I don't have the blackest name in my job, though. The guy with the blackest name in my job is an old white man named Leroy. Now, Leroy is super cool because he got the best old man voice I ever heard. I love talking to him. I always go up to him in the morning. Hey, Leroy, how you doing? Oh, man, you know, Craig, it's good taking it one day at a time, man. Another day, another dollar. I'm like, that's what's up, Leroy. That's cool. That's what's up. But what I really want him to do is just say some black stuff every once in a while, you know? I just come in, hey, Leroy, how you doing this morning? Oh, man, Craig, they working a nigga to death. You know how they do it. Oh, man. He'll never do that, though, man. He uses his white privilege the right way. Speaking of that, though, I want to let y'all know, I see a lot of y'all sitting here basking in y'all white privilege, and that's good. That's great. I want to let y'all know that black people are not jealous of that at all. We don't get jealous of y'all white privilege. We encourage y'all to use it, you know? Because we got black privilege, too. It's out there. We get it. But you got to work a little bit harder. You got to look a little bit different to find it. For instance, one time I'm at a bar, and they didn't have straws because for some reason Madison want to start saving turtles. We ain't never seen a turtle, but whatever, you know? But it's Madison, so another bar is connected to this bar. I go over there and get straws, come back. Now, me and my black friend, the only people in the bar with straws, the only 2 black people in the bar. White couple comes up, asks the bartender for for drinks. And she say, tell them the same thing you tell us, they ain't got straws. She look at us and say, well, how did y'all get straws? I look her dead in the eye and told her, well, we told them that our lips was too big for their cups, they had to get us straws. Black privilege. All right, y'all, I'm Craig Smith, I'm out of here.
So is that one of your strategies? You're trying to really get as much as you can in that 5 minutes? Is that kind of a strategy you right with?
Well, for me, yeah. And I never really make it all the way through because I never time in. I should, and I'm getting better at it. But
you never time your sets?
Do it. No, I never time in laughs is what I was going to say. I definitely try to time the set. But you're supposed
they might not laugh.
Right. But you're supposed to time in laughs too, because if they do laugh, then that's gonna take say you waiting on a punchline or you say something in a part of the joke that you think is funny, and they laugh, that's a pause for you, and you gotta count that because if you don't, you'll remember it like a speech, and you'll just say that sentence without giving them the pause to laugh. Because you gotta give them the pause to laugh. Is it a little bit fucked up?
I think I might naturally do that because I don't time the pause. I don't time the laughs at all when I write. I just write the joke and then I'll put jokes together, right?
Yeah. And if they laugh, that's when you just let them laugh, back up, and then you go back in.
See, and I think, and I don't mean to talk about myself, everybody, too much.
No,
but
go
in
ahead.
my strategy of it, because we both want to, you are a comedian, I have done it. Let's just say that. So in my estimation, though, I'm being serious. In my estimation, I look at it like I don't time the fucking laugh scene because I might not get the laugh. That part comes naturally to me because when I'm talking on this, if we all 3 of us are just sitting at the bar, whatever it is, that's natural to me. But I guess some people that isn't natural. So that's part of a strategy for a comic, right?
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
Yeah. Are there any other strategies that you had to learn as opposed to that were already natural? And are there any strategies that were natural that you didn't have to learn like that? You know what
I would like to say I learned everything, man. Like as far
Yeah.
as even when I was studying how to do it, how to write a joke, even like if you want to count the watching comic view and Def
Yeah.
Comedy Jam,
That's studying.
studying,
Yeah.
that was me like, okay, this is how you do it. No different from rapping. Like I listen to
Mhm.
certain rappers, I'm like, okay, this is how you put these flows together. If I want to do this, if I want to do that, you know what? This rapper bugs me because all they flows sound the same. I'm not gonna be like that. I'm gonna rap different flows all the time. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
I'm gonna do these type of beats. So it's all like learning and taking in, and I just
Mhm.
picked up certain things that I saw working in a pattern. While
Mhm.
each comic has a different style and the way they do things, every comic has set up premise, set up punchline,
Yep.
kind of format. So
Mhm.
then I start thinking, okay, how do you the same way you write 16 bars, break syllables down if you want to get your technical Eminem on, now you getting half bars, so you putting in fucking the two
Good point.
rhymes at the middle and the
Good
two
point.
rhymes at the end, and you doing that for 8 bars and getting 16 rhymes in 8 bars. So you start breaking that shit down and you just flip it over to comedy. Okay, if
That's a
this is the
fact.
pattern, then I got this idea. What's the funny part of this idea? Pick that apart. How do I
Mhm.
relate it to this? Get it to this part. And it's
Mhm.
just mixing phrases and words and putting
Mhm.
it together, going on stage, trying it. Bam, that worked. And then you get
Yes.
that same feeling, that same validation, that same,
Yes. Yes.
and you just keep doing
Mhm.
it. And so it's all like learn and you just
Yeah.
pick up and get better as much as you go. It's hard for me to say like what exactly I picked up from
No, I
who,
get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because it's just different shit. I'm work
You
right
might not
now.
even know. You might
Right
have
now
picked
I'm
up some
trying to
shit.
work on like crowd work and being more
Mm.
comfortable and not scared of talking to people in the crowd. Because
Do you
man, that should be terrifying me sometimes.
I agree. You know, I don't know how I would perform with that. That might be terrifying to me too. But we were talking to Antoine. You know Antoine McNeil.
Yep, yep.
Um,
Shout out to
and
Antoine.
yeah, love man. He was saying he doesn't do crowd work or talking shit to the crowd or anything anymore. A little bit, but he was saying for reasons like he didn't want to be a bully or anything like that. Right? You have to go watch the podcast. I forget exactly how he said it, but it was
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
that he didn't want to be the bully. Do you talk shit to the crowd or you just kind of mingle with them a little bit? You know what I'm saying?
If I'm talking to the crowd, it's to lead into a joke that I already got. Like I got
Okay.
one I want to say on the joke because I just thought about it. I want to say I thought it would get a laugh. Asking somebody, is that they pandemic partner or is that just post COVID pussy? You know, and so it's like you just ask
Hold
it.
up.
It's not really roasting them or nothing.
Hold the fuck up. Give us a second.
Oh my bad. I don't say.
Oh
I say.
shit.
I say.
Okay.
And
Go
so
ahead.
I don't say I should actually now I'm thinking about it. The P for the pussy might be a better funny.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did pick
I
apart the
actually say
grass and just
post
help you
COVID.
pee with the pussy? Did we just
I actually
inspire a joke? Was that just a Peter Picker Papa? What the fuck? Yes. Let's
I
go,
might
baby.
I only tried it. I actually haven't tried it post coitus pussy yet. I only ever tried it. I mean post COVID pussy yet. I only ever tried it saying is
Oh,
this
Jesus.
post COVID coitus because with the C's and shit. So anyway, but for me to say that, I ain't got no punchline for that. It's just something I think would be funny if I ask somebody because they'll hear me say those words and they'll laugh. But I say that and then I'll go into something about being insecure or something, or how like whatever me being insecure, then I go into my girls with name tags joke.
Right?
I'm
Yeah.
talking to a girl name tag, but like it's just something to bring in to what I want to joke about anyway. So I don't really
Yo.
roast them or
Yeah.
talk to them like that, and it's probably not really crowd work because I'm not asking where you work at, what you're being, but it's something that for the crowd, especially as a host, you talk to them, you get them engaged, and now everybody in the crowd is like, "Oh shit, he talking to us," and it's
Right.
just
Right.
a thing to get attention. And if you know how to use it, you can use it. The best people are the ones that like do real crowd work. Go up there,
Yeah. Your
hey,
DL
this da da
Hooglies.
da, and
Right.
just
Right.
Leslie Jones,
Leslie.
one of the
Oh,
funnier ones. Big J
dope.
Okerson, one of
Yeah.
the funniest
Jay
crowd work
Okerson is
people.
man. That dude's a
Yeah,
different dude, man.
yeah.
I didn't know what to expect when I saw his physical appearance, and then I was like, dog, this dude is on some other shit. He funny.
You know
Anyway.
what? You know what? You know one of your jokes that related to me, which is actually hilarious to me.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Pick apart the Passion podcast. Pay attention, please.
So when you did the old white man Leroy
Oh,
joke,
nigga.
Hey,
The
shout out to Leroy, man.
check this
go.
out. Yo, the reason it relates to me, my middle name's Leroy, dog.
Yes. This might be
I could
one
be-
of the
I
best
could be the old
Pick
white
Apart
man
the
one
Passion
day, man.
podcast ever be.
You could,
This
man.
might be the
You
best
could.
ever.
Yep,
Yeah,
right there.
man.
Yo.
Shout out to Leroy, man. He
First
cool,
of all, Decker, you like half black with a middle name like Leroy. I'm just gonna say that right now.
yeah, that's why it's so funny. That's
You
why
might-
it's so funny.
And you
Like,
rap.
he rap.
You might be half black. You might not know it. I don't know.
That's wild.
I'm fucking around. Yeah. What you mentioned the joke, and they're gonna see a clip of this joke in this, about tattoo the girls with tattoo names, right?
Yeah.
And the apostrophe S joke, that part,
Yeah.
that got me, bro. You ain't gotta say it right here. They'll see it. I just wanted to tell you that. Ain't nothing else.
Oh.
I just want to tell you that shit. Ain't nothing else. That shit right there. I was like, yo, I didn't think about it as being possessive, right?
Hey, bro,
but also
that's
possessive,
bad.
right? Like that was a fucking brilliant joke, man. Yeah, I just want to tell you that.
That's the fun part of like breaking the shit down. Like I say with the words, it's like, oh man,
Yeah.
that would be, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Appreciate that, man.
Oh, 100%. You know me, man. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If we was in the parking lot talking at the studio, I would say the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So how many punchlines, guess, I know it's gonna be a guess anyway, on average, do you write for each joke? Or is, you know what I'm saying? Or do you write multiple punchlines? Like sometimes there'll be a joke and then you have a premise, and then there'll be, how do I end this? So you might end it with a few different ones and see which one works.
Yeah.
Is that a thing for you?
For punchlines, as far as like trying them out, because as far as punchlines go, it's only gonna be like one per joke. So you're gonna be able
That's how
to
you
like,
roll?
deliver one, see if that worked, deliver another one. If you're talking about like that way,
I'm saying when you're writing,
yeah,
before
maybe.
you deliver it.
Oh well,
Yeah, I'm talking about
that's
before
gonna be
you get to
forever.
the stage. I'm sorry.
Oh no, the writing will be forever. Like even after it's on stage,
If you think of one in the
something come
car
up
or whatever,
better,
right?
you can do it better. It'll change and get done better. The problem is that you get set in those jokes working the way they are, and they always hit and give you, once they always hit and give you that laugh or that pop you wanted when you deliver them right, you be like, okay, maybe this is good. But until you get that for every joke, then everything could be improved and be better.
Right.
So
right.
when it's certain jokes, like with the girls with name tats, I'm probably not gonna really touch that unless it really need a different word or anything.
Yeah.
But
Right.
other than that, that's like a set punchline or way that it go. But
Mhm.
other stuff like my earthworm joke, I just added to it because it's like I can say something. Maybe everybody don't know that earthworms got male and female organs, so they
Yeah.
just reproduce with themselves. So when I say to fuck yourself at the end, maybe it's don't hit with certain people.
Right.
What if when I'm introducing the joke with the scientist thing, what if when I say, instead of just saying going straight to cutting the head off, what if I started off and say, besides having male and female reproductive organs and being able to reproduce with themselves, also when you cut the head, now I'm giving them that piece of information at the beginning of the joke. So at the end of the joke, everybody in the room knows.
Yeah. You're
So I
almost
haven't
teaching
tried
them how
that
to
yet,
laugh,
but
right.
I haven't tried it yet, but I just
Mhm.
thought about that. So if I can shorten up a way to get all of that info in,
Mhm.
maybe the joke will be better. And that might make it a better joke. It might fuck up the joke, and I'm like, okay, let me not do that no more. So that's just an
Mhm.
example of like writing some shit that even though that joke is maybe 2 years old, but it still can have some added on to it, you know? So
I
that's
like it. Shit's funny.
man,
I like
appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
100%.
I actually, I'm not even gonna lie. This, so I'm not really even trying to like. So I actually like the white privilege, black privilege line, right? But I feel like there's a lot of places where a lot of people don't understand, you know what I'm saying, like white privilege at all. So like
Mhm.
they might get upset at that line. But I thought it was hilarious, personally.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it's funny. But does that, so when you do a joke like that, because me growing up, some of the funniest lines to me were the imitation stereotypical white people lines. I'm not even gonna lie, like they were hilarious. Like Martin said them, funny, all that shit, hilarious to me. This day and age, is it harder to put something like that together to hit them? You know what I'm saying? I'm just curious.
Those type of jokes, like when I'm doing jokes like that, right? The only thing that bothers me is if the only thing I think about really is if, damn, am I gonna do too many jokes that I feel like if it was black people in this audience, they wouldn't laugh at, or they would feel like I'm doing these jokes, like making fun of black people for white people. And that be the problem that bothered me. And shout out to Antoine again. When the first show he put me on, it's a lot of black people that go to that show. It's not the black show, but a lot of black people go to that show. So I was in my mind like, damn, are these jokes gonna be the same? Like, and I was thinking about changing something up. And at not the last minute, but like day of, I'm like, you know what? Nah, fuck that, because it gotta be funny. It should be funny. And I went up there and did good, and motherfuckers, everybody that was laughing, and I got off. Motherfuckers like, man, that's some good joke. You good joke writer. The other comics and shit. So I'm like, man, all right, good. So now I'm like, this shit is just funny, and that reassured me even more, because I don't have that in me. That's not my intention, so it shouldn't come out that way. But I'm just always worried because, like you say, it is these times, and I am making racial jokes sometimes. But at the same time, I got my bacon joke, and it kind of, poke fun at kind of poke fun at white people for the whole fractions and slave thing. So
that shit was brilliant.
I like doing that joke in front of white people and making them feel that way, because it was like, so when I was doing the tanning and the black privilege and stuff on Black Leroy up top, that was funny. Why it's not funny now? So
it's just like this age is just weird. You know what I'm saying? Because like to me, comedy was always just as free form as like hip hop shit. But now
even more so.
But now people are like, they're trying to do the cancel culture bullshit, all that shit. I feel like it's as fucked up as it is. There's probably certain locations. If you would do a comedy tour, there's certain locations you would do those jokes, and motherfuckers would thoroughly be in their chest about the shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think the shit's hilarious. The shit's funny as fuck to me. I love the shit.
Yeah, and if this further answer your question, I wouldn't change the jokes up at all. Like after that experience at the Antoine's show, I'm keeping my jokes the same, and you're gonna get them this way. And at the most, if you want, we could talk about it after. But I'm not apologizing or changing nothing, because I don't say fucking offensive shit or bogus shit or like mean fucking shit. So I shouldn't have nothing to apologize for on none of the jokes that I've written so 100%. Far.
Yeah.
I say mean shit in my raps. Very mean shit.
It's you can say whatever you want in your rap. Yo, you throw a beat behind it. You can call a woman a bitch. She'll love you till the day's gone.
Yo, they could be saying stand-up comedy type shit in this round, Joe. On some real
shit.
I know. Yeah, I know you know. I'm just saying, like, dog, you might want to think about it. I don't know. Maybe that ain't your lane, but goddamn. I'm just saying. I don't want to pigeonhole you on this, but give me your top comics, man.
Right now, when we taking the Dave Chappelle's, the Chris Rock, they out of here.
Yeah, not the obvious though. Give me some. Okay, let's do that then. Okay, you just changed my train of thought, because I know I get it. There's the obvious. My number one is Dave Chappelle. There's nobody better to me. That's
right.
Very.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like whenever somebody asks that, I always try to think of obscure choices, but I gotta let them know that no, I agree. Those are the Mount Rushmores. Right. There's just no point in naming them. You know,
I am 100% in agreement. Right.
So damn. So give me a hard one.
Give me that second starting five. Then how about that?
Ooh, you know what I mean? 5 of them. We definitely going Mark Norman. He going on.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Mark Norman is
unexpected
going on
but good one. Oh.
Yeah. Ooh man, this is a tough.
Oh wait, I'm freezing up here. My connection's bad right now. Hold up.
Well, you was still good over there.
Oh,
But
go ahead.
You all right?
Okay.
You all right?
No, I just didn't want to miss it. Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm trying to think of some people. We going Leslie Jones. Got to get on that list. Leslie Jones is in the top 5. She's on there. Um, we going. This is gonna give me some scrutiny because he only got one special. But I fully believe in this man. He's highly capable. You just keep giving him chances. Michael Che. Michael Che.
Oh, dog, 100%.
Michael
100%.
Che is
I,
gonna be on that list. Yeah.
I am with
So
you on
Mark
that.
Norman, we Leslie
He's in my
Jones,
top 5
Michael
for sure.
Che.
Mhm.
Let's see. Man, I'm trying to think of some people that's out here right now doing it, living life. Oh, big people. I'm thinking of names, but I don't want to give it to them because I know I'm gonna think of somebody better.
Yeah, I get it.
Ain't
I
that
ain't really
fucked
put you on
up?
the spot. I know. I feel you. I feel you. Trust me. I don't even
Because I
answer.
want to be
I
like,
don't even
'cause
answer the MC question no more, dog. I don't even answer. Nah, I'm good.
You
I'm
know
good.
what? You know where we going after we go there? Miss Pat.
Yo, Miss Pat
It's
and
not
she
a
got a
time.
dope ass podcast too.
She got a great
Shout
podcast,
out
and
to
it's
Miss
not a
Pat.
time
Yep.
that I've ever seen her on stage or do anything where I didn't laugh. She got a show coming out on Hulu. She finna blow
I
up.
didn't
She
know
got a
that part.
movie on Netflix she can't
I didn't
talk
know that
about
either.
coming out. She finna be a star. You know
Well,
what I'm
Miss
saying?
Pat, if you ever hear this,
more
come
than
on,
what
we can
she
run the
already
Passion
is.
podcast. By the
Oh,
way.
and I know who my number 5 already got. Damn it, Carlos Miller.
Yo, he's mad fucking.
Carlos
Yo, that
Miller.
nigga.
That's the 5. Miss
Okay.
Pat, Leslie, Mark Norman, Michael Che, Carlos Miller.
Yo, you got I in my own estimation, which this is why I love comedy. It's like rap. You have your own. So mine today, Ali Sadiq's up in there. I'm not gonna give 5 because I don't know. But Ali Sadiq. Matter of fact, Ali Sadiq, I've tried to holler at you mad times, and then this nigga got a motherfucking manager, and now I got to holler at the manager, and I have. And I'm not mad at you, bro. But it's been a.
But you know what's real about
But he said
Ali?
he would come on. He's a real. Oh, he's cool as shit.
I was just gonna say, what's
He's
real
cool
about
as
Ali
shit.
is that he would do your
No
shit.
problems. No problems. He actually said, "Yeah, I'll come on," and then he got a manager that I have to now talk to, which I've messaged.
See, he's a big deal. So
But he's one of my dudes, man. Him. I like Rogan right now a lot. Or at least the special before all this. His last special was incredible to me. I know he's a big name, but in terms of special, he really doesn't have that many.
Now,
right?
Joe Rogan, don't let that podcast
That last
fool
one,
you.
though.
Joe Rogan a beast on that
No,
stage.
exactly, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that. I think I watched all Joe Rogan shit, at least on Netflix.
Yeah, I have, definitely. I definitely have, yeah. Who else was I thinking recently, man? I saw damn, I can't even really think of so many names. I love Michael Che, I love Miss Pat. I love all the names you named. Mark Norman is one I didn't expect you to name.
Oh no, Mark Norman, been a big fan of his for a long time. His joke writing, his
and I'm not sleeping on him. I know him, but
oh my god, so many jokes, just machines, and you gotta respect that. Joe List. I mean, if we going further, just some names. We got Joe List. We got Andrew Schultz. We got
that's one of my
Robert
top
Kelly.
5 right now too.
We got the Chico Bean.
Man.
You know, Darren Big Baby Brand. Come on, man.
Yeah, Andrew Schultz is a good one.
It's a lot of them.
Yeah, and Andrew Schultz's approach is different. You know what I'm saying? His crowd work might be the best ever, man, because he don't really have to do much. He just talks. Like he's just a natural personality. I don't mean to get off in too much of that, but
and he curated his audience to be with his flagrancy. That's why his crowd work really worked a lot. So he got the freedom to kind of really say whatever the fuck he want. I don't know, just he don't need no more damn promotion, but fuck it. So the last thing he put out when he did the crowd work thing, and it was the girl in there, and she ended up fucking. She was with the dude, but she fucked the best friend, and it was all there together. You can't. What do you want him to do with that? Like that's just gold.
Dog, everybody in the world's going in on that one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So have you ever thought about doing your comedy as something filmed besides actual stage? Like, have you ever thought about any script work, like that kind of shit, or skits? Just curious. That's my own curiosity.
Definitely the skits. That's what I need to do. If we talking about should I need to work on and if there's anything needed to be a bigger brand or marketing myself, all of those type of things, then sketches, skits, getting over the fucking complex I got of one, nobody want to hear what the fuck I gotta say, and two,
that's
I look
bullshit,
stupid holding the camera and talking to it. Like I need to get over those two things, bruh. For real.
bro.
and
I
that's
had
what
to
I
get over
need
the
to
same
start
thing,
doing.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah, and I need to
get over
just
the same
start doing
shit.
that, writing sketches out, like all of that type of shit you just mentioned, man, because that's what's needed to kind of blow up and get your name out as far as this comedy thing go. If you ain't got the money to just move around and not work and move to cities and get in each open mic scene and connect, your ass need to fucking get on the internet and display your personality and your funny.
Well, that's how
for all
Carlos
those
Miller
people
got
to
his
do.
boost. Like that's one more person you mentioned. That's how he got his boost, is doing exactly that. Really, Andrew Schultz too, and also bringing it and all that. But so when it comes to that, do you write like that? Like, do you write in script form? Do you write anything else in terms of comedy besides jokes? Just curious.
No,
I'm
I
asking
got a
questions
bunch
I
of
would ask you in
ideas.
person, by the way.
You say what?
I'm just asking questions I would ask you in person, by the way.
Oh no, you good, you good. I need to, and I want like to learn the pattern and better. Right now, all I got is like ideas. What'd be dope? Like it'll be dope if I had a sketch of and I feel like I can get this one away because it'll be a lot of work, and I don't plan on pulling this off in the next 3 years. But I think it'll be a funny sketch to have like the hospitals, the nurses and shit, like in a real like a gang fight type thing, like really gang banging because they don't like each other, like the different like St.
Yeah, you're
Mary's
right.
or Merida or whatever, like they got different. They don't fuck with each other, but whoever boss they is or whoever run them, right? And I know nurses know that everywhere. And I start seeing the nurses thing going viral and all of that. It's a dude on TikTok make nurse videos just about shift shit, and nurses eat that shit up. Yeah. My shit'll go viral if I make that video. How the nurses gang banging and acting tough. I'm talking about like seeing a motherfucker on break or at a Burger King or at a Starbucks or something, and being like, "That's that bitch from Merida." Like,
and then the doctors walk up like, "Yo, what's good?"
Yeah, like the doctors are the real OGs or something.
Right. I love it. Yo, do that shit, and if anybody steals it, we know they stole it from you now. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Yo,
but like, yeah, so I got like ideas and shit like that for sketches. I just never really pull them through, put the work in, sit down, write it out. Like, I just never really do that. And like I say, that's one of the bigger ideas I got. Most of the smaller stuff I don't want to mention because I can actually do that. But those are things I can just like pull up, improv, do with my phone. Me, Nick, and Samara, a couple more comics. We can throw some shit together. So
since you mentioned that, talk about your podcast. You got 2 podcasts going on right now, right?
Well, kind of.
Well, you don't call the other one a podcast, but I mean it's podcast.
It's. I didn't even think about that when I said that.
It is
kind of, but yeah, but yeah, it's I got a podcast on the YouTube show.
Yeah, plug them.
The podcast is a Nobody Cares podcast. That's everywhere. This makes it easier to find. You just search Radio 22 Nobody Cares podcast.
Okay, how did y'all come up with that name? I gotta stop you. Like, why nobody cares? That's hilarious.
I couldn't think of a name real like that, and Nick kind of just put that together, and I was like, you know what, let's go. Because at this point, I just want to start doing one. I've been talking about it too much, and I just want to start recording. I don't care if nobody listens. Let's just put some shit on paper and get some shit out there in the world.
Right.
And I didn't really care about. And then I'm like, we can always change the name. No matter if we get big enough, who cares what the name is? As long as we doing it, people will keep listening.
That's a fact.
But yeah, so we stuck. That's how we came up with the name. It was literally not a lot of thought into it
because nobody cares.
Like, because it's like a little bit. I guess a little bit of the theme is like, say what you want, say what you want, feel how you feel, get it off your chest. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it because nobody cares.
Nobody cares anyway,
they care. You can't say that, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, you'll do that about something else next week, and you won't be affected by that as much this week. So essentially, nobody cares.
Yeah. Well, what's also funny is I took it as like ain't nobody gonna watch this, right? Like when I saw the title, I was like, nobody cares, so fuck it, we'll just do it anyway. I thought it was brilliant. I was like, these motherfuckers, they got a great name. I wasn't really like that. I'm not a hater like that.
All right, cool. That's we'll take that too.
But I was like, yo, nobody cares. Like, man, nobody cares. I ain't got no views. We're just doing it anyway. That's how I took it.
And that's kind of the era of it because
fucking brilliant.
because it really for me though too, because it take the pressure. Sometimes I'm getting better, but I was used to be really worried about, I can't say this, don't want to say that, blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm gonna make them jokes, man. Fuck.
Really?
It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
I really was.
you are more
I would,
reserved personality in public and shit than me. Like
yeah,
me, I don't give a fuck, nigga. Fuck, I say
yeah.
what the
See,
fuck I want.
I used to give a fuck
He
about.
don't give a fuck at all.
Who, me? No,
No, you
I
don't.
don't. I don't. My mama's
I
cool with
used,
me. I'm good. Fuck all y'all.
hey, I used to give a fuck, and now I give a fuck less. You know.
Come on, son. Come on, man, for real.
Shout out to the greatest ever Eminem. Now,
Man. I mean, he's not the greatest ever, but
nah, he's not the greatest ever, but he's a goat in his own right.
100%. Yeah, that's one of the
But
greatest lines ever, though.
Yeah. But Nobody Cares Podcast. Search Radio 22. Nobody Cares Podcast. It's me, Nick Hart, Samara. We talk about nothing too serious. We don't get into heavy politics or nothing like that. And even if we do, we
Y'all
joking
talking
about
some
it. We
wild
making
shit.
fun of it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna sit here and have a great debate about what's right and what's wrong because none of us know nothing.
Mhm.
So, and by none of us, I don't just mean us three. I mean all of us living in the world.
That's
So,
100%.
And the other show is a show with my guy Fox One, who I spoke of earlier.
Mhm.
He got a page on YouTube where he reviews movies. So check it out, Hood Reviews. If you search that on YouTube, you'll pull his page up.
Okay.
He gives you an in-depth analysis and his breakdown of all the classic Hood movies.
It's called
Blockers,
Check It Out
Belly.
Hood Reviews.
Check it out, Hood Reviews. Yeah.
And he goes back over old hood movies.
Belly, Clockers.
Yo, I'm about
Menace
to
to
beat that
Society.
right after this. Yo, I'm serious
That's
about the
hilarious.
episode,
That's
bro.
Yeah.
fucking hilarious. I want to
He
see
goes
that
over those and he
That's your OG right there? That's your boy? Like that?
Yeah, that's my guy that I started doing music with and stuff in Chicago. So yeah, that's my brother damn near.
Yeah.
And so
shit.
yeah.
Did he shit on In Too Deep? Did he shit on that movie?
Yo, that
You know
movie was
what?
dope,
I
man.
know-
I
know
love
that's
it.
what
I
it is.
love the movie.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I love it.
Oh, come on, man.
I thought there was some In Too Deep slander about to go
Bruh,
down. I didn't know what was going on.
his middle name is
love that
Leroy.
movie.
You don't think he's seen In Too Deep?
I know he has. We talked about the movie before. That's why I was confused. Like, wait, is he shitting on it?
Love
Like,
it. Love it. Fucking
I know,
love
right?
it.
I'm not a fan of LL's acting, but it was decent enough. Say that.
But so he does that, and I'll tell you this: if he didn't do it already, I know that's on the list. It's definitely on the list to do. But because we talked
Hit him
about
up after
that.
this and tell him Pick Apart the Passion podcast suggested that he not playing.
Hey, trust me, he'll fuck around and watch this if I let him know we talked about it.
Yo, man, no, shout out his podcast. Say the name again because that's fucking a great premise.
Go to youtube.com/check it out Hood Reviews, regular spelling for everything. And yeah, like I say, he review movies. He put them out pretty consistently, been doing it for a while. And that's also where we got our show that me and him do through Zoom because he don't live in Madison where I live. But so we do that show, and it's pretty much kind of based around black film, black TV. We throw some music news in there every once in a while.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so that's pretty much what that's focused on, just to kind of get our personalities out there.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, it's a way to like just connect with him and stay connected because, like I say, we don't live in Madison, so it's good to talk to my guy every week. And and promote like his niche and stay in his kind of market of the movie area and everything. And it's definitely gonna not be stuff that we talked about on Nobody Cares, so it all works out.
Yeah. Is he a comic or anything like that, or is he any other entertainment space where he thought of doing that, or is that just something he loved film and he wanted?
Yeah, definitely that. A film lover, if anything, definitely an artist, music lover too. That's like he got a passion for music, but he was definitely way more into the film. Like the way I feel about music, I feel is the way he kind of feel about filming. And like why he can appreciate the music and shit too, but like the filming is his bag. Like before he had the movie show, I remember when he used to do just like kind of a review show that he started doing and posting up and just talking about regular topics. So he always been a fan of the camera and being, in front of the camera, behind the camera, and creating that way. So that's him right there.
All right, word. Where you at, Danko? You got a question right quick or no? I ain't trying to put you on the spot. I'm just checking before I talk over you. You know
I mean, why you gotta do me like that?
Never mind. Okay, so because here's the thing. Me and Sincere could probably talk for like 3 hours nerding out on comedy. I'm just saying, for real. And he's done it for years longer than me. I'm not gonna put myself on his level in that way. But I know we can sit here and talk about the shit over and over. Huh?
I say just about 2 years. It's not that many years.
I did 3 shows, so it's years. It's plural. It's like the apostrophe S, dog. I'm just saying. No, but seriously though, I want to get into the writing process even more for you, or for comics in general and yours. Punchline first or premise first?
Usually it's always premise first. Every once in a while, I'll maybe once or twice I've done punchline first, and I will tell you it is always difficult, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Like I'm still struggling on one. I got one punchline about white girl slang, and all I know is that I want to end the joke.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's like because
Can you give us any kind of preview of this joke, or
because white girl slang is just like shortening whatever you say, so it's whatever. That type of shit, right? And all I know is that I want to end the joke somehow saying that one version of the joke is that I start using white girl slang with my black friends. So while we like chilling and hanging out, I'll start saying stuff, and I gotta come up with like 3 different words and phrases for me to say because it's comedy rules of 3. So I got to come up with something to say whatevs, and then something to say another one. And then the last one would be...
Pause. Explain... Well, say that last one, and then explain what the 3 means.
I got you.
Sorry. Yep.
So you got the first one with... I say something, it got to be with whatevs. The second one, I got to come up with another word, make a phrase for that. The third one, I want to end it with, and this is the punchline. And then, my guy passed me the blunt, and when he gave it to me, I was like, totes preach.
Oh, what?
So, and that's all I got. You heard it here
first, baby. That's gonna hit comedy on stage soon. I know it,
bro. And that's all. But it's like, how do I set all of that up? How do I put all of that together? So now I got to work backwards. But it's way easier when you got an idea and you work from, oh shit, this happened. Like I said earlier, this happened. This the idea. This the premise. What's the funny in that? And now you can just pick it apart and put it together, left to right, as opposed from right to left.
I just want to pause this episode right now and say, first of all, a lot of people have said the word passion on this accidentally, right? And we should someday do a fucking video reel where passion, different people say it, right? Funny thing is, no one's ever said passion, and then a minute later said pick apart.
Yo, it was the first time. It was the first time.
You the GOAT. Sincere Life, Craig Smith.
I didn't even...
Yo, we definitely sampling that shit.
We're retiring this shit right now. It's over. We're done.
No, you didn't mean to do it. Both times you didn't mean to do it. You was like, yeah, the passion. And then, you got to pick it apart. My brain went...
Sonar shit.
To answer your rules of 3.
Yes. Back to the comedy. I'm sorry.
Comedy rules of 3. Yeah, the comedy rules of 3, and I'm probably gonna fuck up the exact definition, but all I know is that it works like in 3s. So, like I said, I got that joke, and I don't just go straight to totes preach. Like you go to this happened, and then it's like boom, boom, and punchline, and that's the comedy rule of 3. That's like the best way that I could explain it without
fucking me up, man. Totes is hilarious. I can't get over how funny that is. Yo, Totes. If I said that to a nigga, he might not give me the blunt back.
Yeah, you gotta remember it's Totes preach because it's like totally appreciate.
Yeah, my bad.
So it's like Totes preach.
Look, I'm already fucking up your joke.
Nah, you good. I just want to make sure that it's not just Totes because I'm like, because now my insecurities come in. It's like, wait a minute, is that just the funny part? Is preach not funny? Like,
well, no, it is. I just don't know preach because I'm not a white girl.
That's the comedy mind, man. We always thinking like, is it not good enough? What happened? Let me know. Yeah,
I got 100 jokes on my phone where I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, like the best rules are like the comedy rule of 3. The best way I could put it is if you got a list, the rhythm should go like boom, boom, punchline. And if you got doing a list of any type on the joke, you don't want to go under or over 3. Like even if you go under 3, that second one got to be super fucking funny. Yes. And then you can get away with it, but if you a comic, and it could be just a nervous thing, or one of those like, oh, it gotta be this way things. But if you study it like that, it'll bother you that you don't.
No, but you're right because I've seen comics actually do 3, and then they'll do 4, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna do one more, fuck it, and then they'll do it, and it's funny. And I've seen Bill Burr is actually good at that. That's one of my favorite. That's another one I didn't mention. Bill Burr is one of my favorite comics ever, by the way. But he's done that a few times where he'll be like, there was 3, I'm gonna go 4. Guess what, bitches? I'm going 5, right? Like, you gotta be real good though, right? So
but he built that cachet to do that. Whatever
That's
he
who he
say,
is.
we anticipating this is gonna be funny. So even
Yes.
if it's all right, we getting a big laugh because Bill Burr said it.
yes.
Now he doesn't take advantage of that because he's still fucking hilarious, but he has the ability to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, your comedy mind is really kind of blowing my mind, man. Because I study it too. I actually studied it for 6 years before I ever went on a stage on purpose. And didn't want to do it yet. But the things you're saying are blowing my mind because it shows me and probably the crowd how much you really studied this. And I just want to salute you for that because I know your career rhyming before that and the shows we've done together, different shit, ciphers. So I just want to salute you on that. Is that you went to from one genre to a whole nother genre. And your comedy mind is crazy, man. And I just want to say that, just, in general.
Yeah, it's definitely super hard for people to rebrand. You definitely have done your thing doing that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 100%.
Man, I appreciate hearing that, man. I never even really think about it like that. But when people say that shit, I'm like, I guess I did, man. And I'm glad other people noticed because I definitely did.
Bro, because let's keep it real. Yo, for everybody who don't know in Madison, Sincere Life, since I've known him in this city, and I've been here 17 years, and since I've known him to rap in this city, since then, you've been one of the top rappers in the city. You've been on the biggest shows. That's not even a question in this city whether or not you did your thing rapping, and people first of all, people still want raps, dog. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that very seriously. So get on it. But
don't stop that shit, motherfucker.
I'm saying, hey, but I'm playing. You know I'm playing, but.
You ain't. I got bullied today. I got this tough dude that I know, and man, you better not stop rapping. I'm all right, man. All right. I never been bullied into rapping before.
But you really have. Now you're one of the people that I know of people in the circles I know that people talk about, yo, comedy. So or maybe I mentioned you. I don't know, but either way, you have definitely rebranded yourself, and salute to that, man. Now we're going to go back to music for a sec. Who are some of your favorite, not top, just favorite rappers, MCs?
Bruh. Look, man, I know he just bigged me up on the music and all of that, and don't tear me down for this one. But, man, Gucci ain't going to never be able to do no wrong in my eyes. Gucci, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
We definitely 100% disagree on this. I'm not mad at you. And I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
And Ram knows that, yeah.
But I'm not mad.
But
because I don't.
It's your own thing. It's your own thing. It's your own thing.
I'm dead serious. I never tell people this is a new thing in the last maybe 10 years. I never tell people that their music opinions are whack. Cool, that's you. Do you? Right?
Now,
I'm serious. I don't. Cool. I don't fuck with it. But
that's if we going like
Gucci's never coming on this podcast now.
I know, right?
We might not even be able to get nobody that knows Gucci, likes Gucci. I don't know. Fuck it. Whatever, nigga.
That's cool. But like Gucci, I enjoy Gucci. I like Gucci, and I can appreciate Gucci for what Gucci is. But that's when I want to turn up, want to enjoy myself, want to ride to something fun, want to party.
Okay.
I'm listening to that type of shit. If we going like now rappers and we just really going off lyrical.
No, we're not. No, we're not. I say your favorite.
Nope. Your
So
favorite.
if it's five Gucci's, it's five Gucci's.
Oh no, it ain't five Gucci's. Gucci was my favorite when I was rapping.
Bro, I know that. I know that. I already knew that
in
about
my
you.
raps about Gucci being my favorite rapper.
I know.
So,
I mean, if it's Gucci and Lil Peep, you're all good.
Don't do it like that. Don't do it like that.
Just playing.
Yo, but here's the thing, Sincere. Wait a minute. Wait. This podcast is hilarious right now. Yo, dog. But wait, you're a fucking
I got more,
beast
though.
with the lyrics. I know, we're going to get back to the other four. But you're a beast with the lyrics. Gucci's really not a beast with the lyrics. I get it. I get why you like him. But he's not intentionally like, you know what I'm saying? Am I wrong? You about to tell me I'm wrong?
Man, he said, goddamn Gucci lyrical. Nah, I ain't lyrical, but my bracelet is crazy and my necklace is hysterical.
Yeah, see, we have a disconnect going on. Hey, love you, bro.
Nah,
I mean,
I get it.
I mean, yes, I
I
understand.
just get it. I just get it.
That's
Look,
the thing.
Gucci.
It's like Ram knows my favorites. I feel like I know Ram's favorites, and
Some of
like,
I'm
man,
telling. Hey, look, now that is one of my real favorites. No bullshit. As you can
All right.
see, I know
All
like
right.
damn near all. Is
Yo, we
there.
are
But
giving
I do
Gucci way
like
too much attention
trolling.
for not liking him right now.
I know, right? I do like trolling motherfuckers with that answer because I know
I
when
love
they
it.
hear me
I
rap and
love
they
it.
know my rap style, and
Yeah.
for me to tell them that, they be like, why?
Yo, but that's the
Why would you
truth.
do that?
So no wait, but you just said trolling, so everybody knows that's the truth. That really is one of your favorite rappers.
Oh yeah, no, that
Yeah,
really is
that's
one of
the
my
truth.
favorite
Yeah,
rappers. Right,
yeah.
get out of
Okay.
here. I
And I'm
can't
not
wait
clowning.
for.
I'm really not. You like what you like, whatever, man.
Yeah, no, I can't wait
like
to.
it, you know.
I can't wait to Ice Davis drop in June, whenever it come out. But
See, I don't
no,
even know
other
what the
than
fuck
that,
you
we
talking
got.
about. That's how much I don't fuck with you.
I won't be in line.
Hey, we picking apart
But
our
nah.
own passions.
But nah, we got Lil Baby is killing shit now. He definitely up there. Like at first, I didn't want to give him that crown of being like, all right, this motherfucker's really good on some new J. Cole, Kendrick type shit. But man, Lil Baby is like stepping that shit up.
Okay.
The Baby I like, but he does be real repetitive. So he on that Gucci level where you know what you're gonna get and you just take it for that. But it's still the Baby, so I listen to that. If J. Cole's still coming out, he's still rocking. I don't know what Kendrick doing. I like JID. If we going there, Moneybag Yo, the Memphis rappers, I fuck with them. And yeah, that's like to name a few. Fujiano, I like, who just got 5 years. Free Fu.
Who is that?
That's he one of Gucci artists. But he
I
another
feel like an
dope
old
rapper.
ass nigga right now because I don't know I know some. I know a lot, everybody you said up until now after that last one. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like some other motherfuckers that's not like on the top. Cause I mean, everybody like all the hits and stuff that's regular. Even bringing up Moneybag Yo,
you know what's super dope about your list actually is that it doesn't influence what you do.
Right. And it's and the spectrum's wide. Right.
Because like you know how people have their list and then it's like, oh, well, I could see why he's on your list because
that's what he
sometimes
does.
you do
Right.
something like this sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But like what you do has nothing to do with any of what your favorites do at all.
You be fucking people
And
up with your
that's why I
answers.
like him because I can rap like me. Like if I want to hear me or something like me,
Right.
I can listen to me.
That's
I want to
true.
hear motherfuckers do shit I can't do. I can't trap rap. So, you know,
Bro,
I can't
you
fucking
could,
sing
but-
and make melodic hits and shit like that. So yeah, I listen to a Roddy Ricch song and fucking bump out to that. You know,
I love Roddy
Wave
Ricch.
and them.
That's
Yeah.
one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite new artists of the last 10 years, and I'm being honest. I love Roddy Ricch, yo.
For sure, and I still enjoy the classics like that new Nas that dropped that got the Grammy for that he got the
King's
Grammy for. You know what I'm saying?
That's incredible, bro.
You know, I don't know how I feel about the new Nas and Jay-Z track. It's cool, but
very boring.
Booty flakes.
Okay, I'm being harsh. It wasn't horrible.
I didn't like it. It was booty flakes.
I wouldn't say horrible, but boring. I won't disagree.
But mediocre for a Jay and Nas track becomes horrible. Right?
And I was gonna say that's their fault. It's their fault for being that great, and
it's our fault for expecting too much as well, though.
Did you? Okay, but
we expect too much.
Based on your list of artists you like, does that mean that you kind of dig the new Khaled record? Because a lot of those people.
Nah. I actually.
Is it the production? Is it the production?
With me, honestly, I'm gonna tell you this. Usually with Khaled, with those projects, I'm listening to the artist I want to hear. I'm really not even listening to the Justin Timberlake joint, the Bieber joint, the reggae joint won't even get played on me. I'm sorry. Yeah, like so. But I like track number 2, whoever that was. I forget who was on it, but I like that beat and that flow. The Drake songs is cool, even though on that song Grease, that really sound like The Weeknd. I don't think I heard Drake rapping on that.
Yeah, that was.
But I did like Popstar. I like that. I like the video, so I'm gonna still like the song. And I can't really remember nothing else like that stands out. So
I'm gonna tell you, I was disappointed, and here's why: because I didn't like the last Khaled album when I first heard it. Right? And then I went back and heard different songs from it. Went back, and I was like, okay, this gets some actual replay value a little bit. Right? I kind of like some shit. But this one, man, I was like, I played it once and was like, this shit is fucking trash.
man.
And I'm not, and here's why. They did too much, and I don't give a fuck if he ever hears this. I'm just being truthful. And it's not because Khaled's whack. It's not because the artist he had was whack. None of that shit. The songs are quality. Everything's quality except this one fact. They copied too much shit from the past.
Yeah, I don't even.
I'm listening to songs like, y'all just redoing a bunch of shit. I'm tired of that shit.
I'm not well versed in a lot of Khaled shit, but apparently he flipped one beat on here, and it was his third time flipping it.
Exactly.
So I don't know what that is, but honestly, man, with rap, I haven't even been listening to a lot of rap, man. I've been listening to mainly R&B. Like I just started replaying that Tink. I just started replaying Tink shit, like Winter's Diary and Voicemails and Hopeless Romantic, Tiana Taylor, the album, Summer Walker. Like I just been listening to that type of shit, and also classic old shit, man. 70s, 60s, 80s stuff. Motown, Gap Band, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
I listen to that shit every morning on the way to work, man. Get my juices flowing, keep my energy right.
That's what's up.
So those the main two genres. Like I listen to rap when some new stuff come out. Like I throw the new Moneybagg Yo or whatever, throw it in the playlist, the new rap playlist, and that'll get me like, all right, let me listen to some more rap shit. But
did you enjoy the Earth, Wind, and Fire and Isley Brothers verses?
Yeah, what you think of that shit, bro?
I did actually.
Yeah.
It was I was right in the middle of like when I was in that groove of like I'm actually listening to this shit on the way home from work now.
Yeah.
So when the verses came out, I was like, all right, I get to actually watch these dudes. I didn't. Man. They've been doing music for a long time.
They was having fun on there.
Man.
Yeah. They did. They did. But I couldn't imagine. You could just tell the difference, man. You know, it's another thing, real quick, that I pointed out.
Go ahead.
With that, rap would never be that. Do you know why those songs like lasted so much and why why do you mean
that? What is that though? Wait, what is
that? That lasting, that 70 years, these songs that we listen to, that our parents listen to.
I totally disagree.
We can hold on, let me get this off. We can list those, our parents made us to those songs, and some of us made our kids to those songs, right? That's if we got kids. I don't have kids, but you know what I mean.
I got a daughter. I don't remember what song, whatever.
Those songs were being able to be passed down. They could play those in the car. They could play those at family events. We learned those songs growing up as we grew up and everything, right? Mm-hmm. While that does happen in rap, it doesn't happen as much because in rap, what do you hear? Bitch, this, oh, that, blah, da, da, da. You can't really play that at the family functions, and it don't get celebrated and passed down as much like that. So it might not be 70, 80 years where as much of because they got albums of songs that's classic.
I got some rebuttal because we have Summertime, we have I Get Around. They're not talking about a great thing, but they're not cussing. There's like just Summertime is an example of that. Summertime's a dope record.
Ozzy Brothers got about 13 albums of that, and you just named one song.
I know, but you know, I was about to say that there's not nearly as much.
And I'm also talking about like as a genre, not even just.
Yeah, we'll never be there. No, we'll never be at their level. But I think there's still some of that value in hip hop. I don't think it's total one way or the other, right?
But it's not. It's not for those events though. Like
that's
certain like hip hop songs, there be classic for people for other things. Not that they're good things that there be classic shit for them, but there be like classic material for certain things. Like me personally, there's an Onyx song, Shut 'Em Down with DMX. The reason that song will always be the shit for me, I won the I set the record in a national track meet, and my school record, bumping that song to hype me up for that event. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So memory.
It's not that there be like, you know, I understand what you're saying. It's not like there be like what they are,
like cookouts,
like worldwide things, but I feel like they will be, you know, classic things for certain events or things that happen.
Yeah, like, you know, Fuck the Police and stuff, NWA. Yeah, that's gonna last. It'll be around all the time. People will listen to it. It'll pop up in moments and whatnot. But like, it's just not gonna be that song like September. You know what I'm saying? Or fucking. Right. It's just not gonna be on that level to where everybody can celebrate it, enjoy it, and it just lasts with that same level of greatness through generation after
And that's the thing.
generation
It's through
after
generations.
generation.
You're right. You're right. Yeah,
Like that's what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
it just dawned on me. I'm like, that's because all of these songs, everybody, no matter what age, can listen to and appreciate.
Yeah, and also we were sampling a lot of that era, so
yeah,
And
our timeless
they was
shit would
talking
be
about
sampling that shit, right?
And when you listen to that old stuff now, they was talking about fucking still. They was just way more clever. But everything that love meant pussy back then, okay?
Rick James was
Girl,
on some
I want
other
your
shit,
love was just I want to fuck.
Yeah. The other thing, and it's kind of fucked up, is that like Earth, Wind and Fire or the Isley Brothers, like they can still their shit lasted this long, like decades later, like people are still talking about them, playing their shit like that. But then there's like and they could still make new records and they could still be popular.
That's true.
The thing about hip hop artists is how many of the people that we grew up listening to are still making hit records.
That's actually a very good point. Yeah.
3 Jay-Z, Nas, and 2 Chains, and that's only because he's 50.
That's because he started at 31 or some shit.
But like, yeah, you're right about that too, though, man. It's
Yeah,
we definitely don't appreciate age as much in hip hop because the Isley Brothers dropped a new video right after the verses.
Yep. Smart guy.
With Snoop Dogg.
Had that in the pocket.
Oh shit, that's the third one, Snoop Dogg.
The third one, what?
The third rapper that could still do stuff, but he ain't really dropping hits, but he just relevant as hell in old age.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nas and Jay-Z still dropping hits.
Yeah. So, what do you have more fun doing? And I'm gonna preface this. I know you know what I'm gonna ask, but I'm gonna preface this with saying, at the time, right? Because you're younger, having fun at shows and shit. What do you prefer, hip hop then, or comedy now? You feel me?
Oh man, why you gotta make it hard,
Yes,
man?
sir.
It was easy till you said that.
Pick apart the passes, huh?
I know you thought it was just gonna be a what do I like more? Oh, it's easy. No, it's not easy. What do you like?
Oh shit, rap then versus comedy now.
Yeah.
The good part about that question
And what gets
is
your
that I
old
was
pussy?
broke.
No, I'm just playing about that.
The good.
That was a joke. Totally joke.
The good part about that question is I was broke on both of them, so that should be that won't be a factor in this decision.
My nigga.
But I don't know, man. If we going with then and now,
Get into it. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Music first, man. Music then is better than comedy as of right now.
Okay. All right.
Like,
I'll give you that one.
Yeah, because as I don't know, I was doing shows. I was young. I was and I loved being at work, writing, finding a beat, writing that song or putting it together in my phone, and then going home and recording it and putting it out, and people getting to listen to it, like my friends at least that I'm playing it for. That instant, like, I could just do that over and over. Sometimes 2, 3 songs. Well, I shouldn't say that. 2 songs in a day, but it was after 2, 3 days of recording. I mean, But but like that, just that whole process was, I would say, is more fun back then. If you want to add that,
then writing jokes by yourself, and then going on stage,
right? Then sitting here in my house thinking of something. Oh, let me write this down before I forget.
I get it.
Yeah.
Do you actually still write, or is it in your phone?
It depends. Like mostly it's in my phone. I'm starting to put more in my phone now. So, but that's because it's convenient and it's right there all the time.
Yeah.
And as far as when I'm writing my sets out, or even if I don't take the paper on stage, if I'm not doing new jokes, even if I'm doing old jokes and I just need to write it out, maybe it comes from writing track lists and music. I still get a pen and paper and write down the list of jokes I'm doing. And sometimes, like for Wednesday open mics, I'll be at work and all day I'll be like, okay, these are the jokes I'm doing. I write down the title of the joke, get a red marker, underline that. And with blue ink, I'm writing down the notes for that joke, how I'm gonna do it. And then the next one, black ink, write the title, red, underline, blue ink. And that's just my pattern now of these, that's how I'm gonna list it. So Wednesday, I'm reading this paper, looking at this paper all day as far as these the jokes, these the points I want to hit. So it just gets easier to do as I'm going on stage Wednesday night. But that's kind of the process of like putting the list together, putting the sets together, and writing down the actual ideas and the jokes, because it is something to putting that pen to paper and it translating with your brain, at least for me.
Yeah. So what's with the colors? Is that another thing where it helps you kind of decode as you go through?
Honestly, it could just be for me a OCD preference pattern thing. Like it just looked good when it's listed that way. Like
so
when
if you were colorblind, you'd be fucked up.
Oh yeah, I would. That'll bother me.
Yeah, that'd be different.
You
just wouldn't use green, right?
I know, right? I would have to do. I probably would use green. I need something to be looking different on there, because that's what would bother me. It's like, so just black ink the whole time, or no, it's like black ink for the title. Then you underlined it to separate it with the red marker. And then you use blue ink to write the notes, so I know that these is just all joke notes.
I think we just figured
I made it up in my
mind,
and now I gotta stick with it.
I think we just figured out your color line. I'm just saying, man. The way you're describing this sounds a little colorblind. I'm just saying. I'm just fucking with you. I'm totally joking. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what else to talk about, but I'm having mad fun. So if anybody
right?
You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't got a whole lot of shit to talk about, but
we good. I know we.
Because I'll be honest, for this podcast, I ain't come up with specific questions. I was like, I'm just gonna talk to my dude.
I'm glad it worked out the way it did, man, and it was good, because I definitely was like, oh shit, what am I gonna,
Yeah, you about ready?
Am I gonna be on point? Am I gonna be good? Is it gonna be a good show? So
cool.
I'm glad it turned out the way it did.
This was fun, man. We gonna throw some clips of your shit in, man. And what's next? How about that? Tell us what's next. Drop your Instas and all that shit. Just talk, man. Tell us what's up.
Man, what's next is more comedy, man. Come see me every Wednesday at Comedy on State. And even if I didn't get to go up that Wednesday that you came, somebody there you'll like. It's 20 of us. You'll like at least one of us.
Yeah. And that's started back up right now.
Yeah. You say what?
That started.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm at.
Yep.
That's why I'm at Wednesday for the most part. I mean, as far as shows and all of that coming up. If I do get any other shows, it'll be a weekend they're hosting, or maybe somewhere in Milwaukee at the Laugh and Tap out there. I sent them out there recently, so that'll be coming up. Other than that, the podcast, Nobody Cares podcast, Radio 22, Nobody Cares. Search for that everywhere you can get podcasts.
Shout out to Radio 22 Dash Dub and shit.
Yep, definitely. Shout out to Corey, man. Appreciate you, bro. And shout out to my guy, Fox One. Check out his page, youtube.com/check it out, good review. And my Instagram and Facebook and all of that is Sincere Life, regular spelling, SINCERELIFE. That's where you can get music on Spotify. That's where you can find me on Instagram, Twitter. And
no OnlyFans, right? No OnlyFans.
Nah, not yet. It ain't got that bad yet, but don't count me out, man. If it get that bad, I might have to slang a few feet pics.
Hey, slang a couple jokes, a couple dick pics,
Like for real. But
hey man, it's been fucking fun as shit. You can come back on again in the future, man. You know what I'm saying? If you got some new shit you want to holler at us about, let's do it in the future, man.
Sure, I got you, man. Anytime, man. This is dope.
And you my homie, man. So we'll see each other on the flip side again at some point. To have some conversation and shit. This has been Pick Apart the Passion podcast, and sometimes you got to go inside yourself and pick apart the. Wait a minute, what did I say before? What is it?
You fucked it all up. You gotta do
it up, didn't I? All right. This has been Pick Apart the Passion podcast, and sometimes you got to pick apart yourself to find your passion. And also, is it better to be right, or is it better to be kind? Peace, everybody. I've never fucked up the outro, but it's cool.
Peace.
Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick the passion. Pick the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. 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 Passion.